Popular YouTuber Louis Cole loves to vlog about his travels, and he's known among his 2 million subscribers as always trying to paint wherever he's traveling in a positive light. Most recently, he traveled to North Korea. So he's been catching a lot of heat for this. Let's take a look at one of these videos.
Hey, we in the DPRK. Just off the plane and we hitting the waves. Beautiful humans, crazy what we doing, big moves. First people to break dance, beatbox and DJ in the country.
Okay, so that is actually a song that he uploaded on his channel called, and I hope I don't butcher this, but it's Sufin in the DPRK. And he says that he wants to, quote, bring our world together when catching some flack about painting North Korea, again, a country that is run by a dictatorship where, you know, crimes against humanity are committed on a daily basis. He said, quote, I'm trying to focus on positive things in the country and combat the purely negative image we see in the media. But, you know, a lot of people are not buying it. What about you guys? You buying this? You want to go to North Korea? Let's all go.
Well, I do want to go to North Korea, but I've been wanting to go to North Korea before.
This is a power panel right here. Let's go. Okay, good. I'll just.
You want to go to cover it?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be fascinating? I mean, I think North Korea would be one of the most interesting. I am constantly regretful that I wasn't alive or wasn't old enough to go to the USSR. And I think that's one of the last places where you could have that kind of experience of seeing a completely screwed up, closed, totalitarian dictatorship. And I think hopefully within the next few decades, there probably aren't going to be any left anywhere in the world. So.
But do you think this is dangerous or potentially irresponsible? What he's doing to his?
Oh, I don't give a shit what a 20-year-old YouTube guy says. Like, he's allowed to go around the world and make light of. As far as I'm concerned, it was not a major propaganda video. It's not like he was standing there with Kim Jong-un saying that the regime is fantastic, right? He's doing a surfing video, and then people get their tits in a tangle because he goes off and does I mean, who is this? We didn't even know who this guy was 5 minutes ago.
What does it cost?
Why
to
do we
get
care?
your tits in a tangle? Does that cost a lot more?
Ask Django.
It really does hurt, I will say, from experience.
But I'll tell you, I never heard of this guy until he made this video. So that's publicity 101, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I have a slightly different take on it. So, first off, 2 million subscribers ain't nothing to sneeze at. Because we didn't hear of him doesn't mean that a lot of people didn't hear of him. And so his videos are very popular. And so they're largely going to a younger audience. And how that younger audience is affected also makes a difference. Now, did he mean harm by it is a different question. And one I don't know at all. And here's what I would really, really doubt it. I think that it's generally being more clueless. It seems to fit in with the rest of his theme of, I'm uplifting and I'm traveling and here I am and it's really interesting to be in North Korea. That's true, right? He likes to see the positive things in life. That's true. It's just like, but if you went to, a concentration camp and you were like, well, look at the bright side, that's not the time to look at the bright side. And that analogy is not that far off. There are concentration camps in North Korea and it is hell on earth. For example, one of the dozens of horrific things I can tell you about North Korea is if somebody in your family leaves the country, runs away, they will take your family and put them in a concentration camp and hard labor for God knows how long. I mean, it is unbelievable what they're doing in North Korea. So painting it in a light where some section of the audience or population might think, oh, they got cool surfing in North Korea, doesn't really do it justice. Now, the question to me is that just he was just being the guy he is and doesn't realize the gravity of the situation? Or does he get paid to go to different places? Because that would put it in a different light.
Well, I will say that this was a state-organized tour of North Korea. So that calls into question, what was he actually being shown in North Korea? I don't think that he was being shown these concentration camps where, people's families are working after someone escapes North Korea. I don't think that was in any of the videos. So it makes me wonder how honest it was this depiction of North Korea, even for him.
We're speaking as if he's a legitimate journalist with some kind of a mission. He's a young British doofus who went to North Korea and made a surfing video. You're right. He's not a nobody because he has a couple of million followers. But that doesn't. I mean, for me, it's completely inconsequential. Like, draw for me the line between him doing this and any potentially negative outcome happening. What do you think his followers are devising British foreign policy towards North Korea? You think that the Prime Minister is watching these videos and going, oh, I thought Kim Jong-un was a bad guy, but now that I see the surf in North Korea is nice, I guess we should have a détente? I mean, what? there's no nexus here.
Well, Josh, the only thing I would say to that is that culture matters, and eventually, media has an effect on culture, and culture has an effect on everything. So, of course, this one video isn't going to change the world or the entire culture. But I think that the critics have a point in saying, "Hey, next time, just think about the context a little bit, right?" And so I'm not getting on him like he's the world's worst guy. I'd be really surprised if there was some financial gain that he's secretly getting paid by the North Korean government. Yeah, they did the tour, but I'm sure he gets a tour wherever he goes.
Right.
I'm just saying, hey, next time, think about it a little bit. Some of the videos might need a little bit more context than the others.
And I think you hit the nail on the head when mentioning intention. What was his intention here? It obviously was not, like you said, to get his followers to like, come on guys, we need to get together. Let's like write your local congressman, you know, let's get this.
Support the Sun King. He doesn't even shit.
Support the Sun King. That would have been a whole different story. But it seems like, you know, this was a really successful, really positive YouTuber traveling around the world. And maybe I'm borderline jealous. I wish someone would, you know, fund my trips and make cool music videos of me surfing. Damn it.
Not if it was in North Korea.
Damn it, Jen, get it going. Grace travels. Come on,
but North
it's a good
Korea,
show.
There's such an oppressive regime. I mean, people don't need to know that they have like 5% of the world's population, and they imprison 25% of the world's population. They have a drug war that imprisons a minority population at much higher rates than. I mean, they talk about gulags. They really. Oh, no, that's our country.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of the United States.
That's weird. That's weird. We lock up more people than North Korea.
As a percentage.
As a percentage.
Right,
But we have, and then with that racist drug war inside of our own criminal justice system. But whatever.
I hear you, Jimmy, and those are super valid points. But what North Korea does is definitely worse.
Definitely?
Yes, I'm positive.
How do they treat their immigrants? Do they put them in?
Oh, yeah.
What immigrants?
Who's trying to get into
Who are
North
the
Korea?
huddled masses yearning
all
to breathe
three
in
of them.
Pyongyang's fumes?
They don't have Mexicans?
The question is, how do they treat the people trying to leave the country? And it is not good. And if they get caught, oftentimes execution. And finally, what would have been a better video, if you ask me, is what Josh mentioned. If you just did the fun facts about North Korea, do you know that Kim Jong-un, according to the North Korean government, does not have an anus?
That's amazing.
He does not have an anus.
Because he's half God. Why would God need to poo?
Yeah.